So nice to see so many wonderful Jews. Yes, because it is said that out of so many millions of people, only one interested in spiritual science. And out of millions of those who are interested, that few willing to walk on that path. And out of millions and millions and millions of those who are really trying, only one can understand the truth. As significant, I'm second time on this place. I remember last time I also was giving class here. And Jesus Christ giving us shelter. And it's amazingly enough, as perhaps not all of you, but myself, I came from Christian background. And guess what? I love Jesus. I know Bible. I know Bhagavad Gita. And with full confidence, I may say that definitely we are following the order of Jesus to love God most of all, right? To chant His holy name. It is so wonderful to be actually, and He is hosting us, basically inviting. Like they say in Hindi, "Baap ka beta sipai ka ghoda, kuch nahi to thoda thoda." So this is very, very wonderful opportunity for us to glorify Supreme Lord and follow the instructions of Jesus Christ. And we will do that. We will chant His holy name, names of God. Nam Namakari Bahudha Nija Sarva Shaktis. All the energies of God, they are in His names. So that's why we got this wonderful opportunity to be together. And actually Supreme Lord manifests among the people, those who, chanting together the holy names. So, we will start with a small kirtan now. And we will do today, I choose very interesting topic for all of you today. Leading a meaningful life, or Hari, worry or sorry. Hari, worry, sorry, or leading the meaningful life. So what do you want? Hari, worry, sorry? No, we are going to live meaningful life. And how to do that? We will start with the chanting holy names of God. Chant holy name with holy people in the holy place, in a holy day, Saturday. For somebody it's very sad day. Sad Friday, sad day. But for devotees it's always joyful. Susukham Kapamari. Alright? And you have to prepare your... Wait a minute, after that, because it's a bit wrong. Otherwise, I always tell, don't hesitate to clap. Because when you're clapping, I told last time, who remembers? When you're clapping at least minimum 100 times every day, then the heart-related problems and disease and some heart attack will be reduced 60%. It's massage, for all body massage. And those who are clapping, not now, during the people are so enthusiastic to reduce the disease, Yes, because everybody have dis-ease, not easy at all. You see, dukh mein sumiran ko sab kare, sukh mein kare na kare. But we will chant bhajan, glorifying Vrindavan. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Dina Dayal, Dina Dayal. Dina Dayal Prabhu, Dina Dayal, Dina Dayal Prabhu, Dina Dayal, Dina Dayal Prabhu, Dina Dayal, Shama Sundara Kanayalal, Dina Dayal Prabhu, Dina Dayal, Shama Sundara Kanayalal. Girivaradhari Nanda Dulal, Dina Dayal Prabhu, Dina Dayal. Hey, Girivaradhari Nanda Dulal, Dina Dayal. Yashoda Nandana Makhana Lal, Dina Dayal Prabhu, Dina Dayal. Yashoda Nandana Makhana Lal. अनंत गुरु वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, जीसस क्राइस्ट की जय, प्रेमानंदे। Actually, everything starts with a gratitude, attitude of gratitude, and our altitude understood by our attitude, altitude by attitude, an attitude of gratitude, right? And gratitude in multitude, because we are so many, and that's called Sankirtan Yagya, because one hand cannot do much, but together, Yagya Sankirtana Pragya Jayantihi Sumedhasaha. Most intelligent people, they're coming together to glorify God. And that's what Jesus said. When even two people come in my glory, I will manifest among them. Same thing, Krishna says, exactly same thing. Hari sada vasit tatra yatra bhagavata janaha gayanti bhakti bhavena harirnamayva kevalam. Those who are chanting my names. Hari sada vasit tatra. Mat bhakta yatra gayanti tatri tishtami narada. He resides there where devotees, sincere devotee coming together and chanting and sharing. Bodhayantas parasparam tushyanti charamantacha. They're enjoying by that. And they don't need anything. Santushta satatam yogi. That's giving greatest satisfaction. When people say doing this selflessly, whatever they do. Actually, not only something do, or this something don't do. Anything, yat karosi. Krishna says, yat karosi. Whatever you do. Yat karosi, yat ashnasi, yat jukhasi, dadasi, yat tapasyasi, kaunte tat kurusva madarpanam. Do it as an offering to me. We give example. That's one guy challenged, what will you do, guys, if everybody will become sannyasi like you? What to do? And one sannyasi said, okay, well, what to do? Somebody challenged him. And this guy was very, very mukhya. He was the leader of that village. Hey, everybody become Hare Krishna Rama sadhu like you. What will happen to the world? दुनिया को क्या होगा? And said, well, what to do? Give me the answer. And then the sannyasi offered prayers and said, listen, who are you? He said, well, I'm accountant in the office. Okay, he said, well, what will happen to the world when all world will become accountants? पूरा दुनिया accountant हो जाएगा, तो संसार को क्या होगा? What will happen to the world when all world will become doctors? Just can you imagine everybody doctors, no patients, only doctors, and everybody will start to treat each other and tell what to eat, what not to eat. Well, everybody become taxi drivers, only taxi drivers around. No, he said we do need some doctors, engineers, accountants, ministers, business people, housewives. We also need some sannyasis also sometimes to give advice, to give us spiritual knowledge. Jnana dipena bhasvata. But main thing, tat kuru samadarpanam, it has to be offered to God, whatever you do. So that's why when people say doing in the name of God, whatever they do in the name of God, that becomes spiritual practice. Many people thinking that spiritual practice means somebody has to become like nun or monk or something. No. Bhagavad Gita was given to the king, Arjuna. Arjuna had 4 wives. That's for the man, by the way. Not 1 wife. He had 4 wives. And he had many children also. He had big responsibility. दुनिया का जिम्मेवारी था ना उसको huge responsibility, and he gave him this Bhagavad Gita. Still Arjuna had the time to listen. Nowadays people so much being busy, they don't have time even to read 1 sloka of Bhagavad Gita and chant 1 round of mala. That's called ungrateful, right? So we should not be grateful, we have to be grateful. So, and we today discuss what is the purpose, how to live meaningful life. So at the end we should not worry.com, right? So we should not worry. And cry also. Try, but don't cry. As they say, I saw this in advertisement in India, You've seen this, Aaj tak, see after the break. Sunday ho, Monday ho, sob log khao anda. And I wrote the two lines more. Sunday ho, Monday ho, sob log khao anda. तब हो जाएगा ठंडा जब यमराज मरेगा डंडा तब यमराज मरेगा डंडा तब ठंडा हो जाएगा. People they don't thinking, they living as if they're not going to die, and they're dying as if they never lived. It's like useless, really. So we really need to make our life meaningful. So let's discuss this very, very important topic. And everything starts, of course, with the goal of life, with the aim of life. Okay? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We have Bhagavad Gita. So this is the knowledge, this is the king of education. This is the purest of all. Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam. It's the secret of all secrets. Pavitramidam Uttamam. This is the greatest. Uttama. Tama means ignorance. Uttama means it's above the darkness of this material world. And Pratyaksha Dharmyam. It's Krishna says, this knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives the direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it's very joyfully performed. Okay? Srila Prabhupada gives very big commentary, but you can read one paragraph. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This chapter of Bhagavad Gita is called the King of Education because it is the when you're trying to do mathematics. I was once in Alabama, and there is one university, people going there to make some PhD all the time, big university. And one guy was making some, in front of board of professors, he was trying to calculate something, he has to defend his research. And he was doing mathematics, so many formulas. And a long time he was doing something. And then, any questions? We have one question. Are you sure that equation in the beginning is right? This guy had to go back, and he found that it was mistaken in the very beginning. So by default, all things others they have no meaning. No? And he was He was so shocked. Oh my God! And one professor, he detected the mistake in the very first equation. So by default, everything was based on the false equation. So similarly, Prabhupada says that the real equation, I am Aham Brahmasmi. I am the spirit soul. I am not this body. However trivial and simplistic it sounds, like, oh, we are soul, everybody talking, lips deep, oh, I am soul. But they are living, and they are saying also, including our dear brothers Christians, we will die and we will go back to heaven and we will stay together there, we will be together there. And our dog, pretty puppy, was us, such an illusion. Janasya mohoyam mahamameti. But Srimad Bhagavatam and Vedic scripture destroying this ignorance by the sword of knowledge. Chindanti shastrani. Cutting this ignorance. And actually, even Jesus, he said, I came to bring the sword and separate the son from the father. I didn't come to bring you. We are not from here. We are in this world, but we are out of this world. We just came to the Father. Father, forgive them. They don't know what they are doing. They're just in such an ignorance. Tamoguna. Tamasima Jyotigamaya. This is the basic message of Jesus. Why are you staying in ignorance? And what is the ignorance? To think that I am this body. It's called abhinivesha, attachment to this body. According to the Patanjali Sutras, 5 stages of ignorance is avidya, asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha. Avidya means ignorance, right? Ajnana, timir, andhasya. Right? Nothing to do swarthagati. People, they don't know the game. They, when blind is working. Chinese bomb detector? No? In China they recently the latest one, bomb detector. Like this, the bombs there? Don't become Chinese bomb detector, Don't learn the things on your own experience, because it's your last experience. Sometimes people trying to research the goal of life. Don't research. Everything will be researched. And in fact, I was in the army, I was giving example. When there is bomb detector, actual bomb detector, has big long stick like this with a frame, the earphones, and then some sound comes. When you're detecting some metal, it's detecting some 2-3 meters long. Then you put it down and then crawling there and then detect the bomb. Same thing, and then after detecting, they make a bomb field path they're making. There's no bombs there, so infantry, tanks, and other army can cross. And these guys, those who are detecting these bombs, they're putting flags on each side, flags, by indicating that up from here to here there's no bombs. And they're signing some official document. In case somebody will die, I'll go to jail. I have full responsibility I'm taking. This and this. Mahajanoi Nagata Sapantha. Pantha means path. But behind those flags, no responsibility. I'm not responsible for that. So this is our duty to walk. It's the duty of each and everyone who following to follow this path, which is done by acharyas. Right? And that was one of the questions which answered by Yudhishthira Maharaj in Yaksha Parva in Mahabharata. He asked him 125 questions, I believe. Yaksha. And then answered, it was not that, no Google, no anything, no internet, just like that. Spontaneously, crorepati kaun banega. So, and that's why questions, and one of the last questions were this, kim ascharjamasti, what is the most surprising thing? Kim patha asti, pantha, what is the path? What is the news? Remember, what is the news? The greatest news of this world. Maharaj Yudhishthira and Draupadi, tell me, what is the greatest news of this world?
Everyone will die.
No, that's Kimascharjam.
The world is a big cauldron.
Correct.
Time is cooking everyone.
Time is a cook. Karai, doing some Sunday program feast. And everybody in Friday. Friday. In this material world, everybody fried. And it's frying us. And actually people become so fried. This material world is supposed to become very disgusting. That's the purpose of this creation. To become completely disgusted and just get out from here.
Not like, so nice, very nice, I like this place. This is not, this is Dukhalayam Ashashvatam. Try to understand. Don't try to beautify it and decorate it with boom, boom. That's okay. But you should keep your eyes on the goal, as Ayendra Prabhu used to say, you see. He says, if you're not keeping your eyes on the goal, how you can expect your legs to get there? If you don't know where your ship is sailing again. So no wind will be favorable for you. So Vedas, and this human body is the ship. And Guru is a captain. And Vedas is a favorable wind, right? Labdvasu durvamidam bahu sambhavanti. Bhagavatam says, after many lifetimes we got this human body vehicle, computer. So what's surprising? Yes, people dying. Ahani bhutani gachanti yam mandiram. Sheshastavaram gachanti kimascharjam tahparam. So what's surprising? Everybody dying, but everyone, including us, we are thinking, no. I'm not going to get coronavirus. Anyway, everybody dying, but myself, I'm okay. I have big mask. As if those fellows, those who are dead and gone, they didn't have masks on. No, you never know. Nishvasena hi vishvasaha kadaradu bhavishyati kirtaniyam. So we have to chant holy name because Nishvasena hi vishvasaha. कोई निश्चित नहीं है ना. We never know. जो कल करे तो आज, जो आज करे तो अब. पाल में प्रलय होगी, बहुरी करोगे कब? जैसे पाल में प्रलय. In 1 second, pal means blink in the eye. This is a pal. That's what's surprising, that everybody thinking, I'm not going to die. He said, and then he said, well, what's the news? Yes, time is a cook. This was, we are so fried, and then next. And then next you, like Prabhupada said, new guru came. Very nice, very enthusiastic. But when you're staying longer and longer and longer and longer in the US, then you start to understand this is like eating up civilization. It's such a binding you to mortgage, to bank account, to any. You're bound completely. We are not free. Not only in the US, everywhere. And you know what's the essence of Bhagavad Gita? They say it's not all gold which is shining. It's not necessary everything is what is shining is gold. No. So we have to be wise. That's why Bhagavatam says, he says, what is it? Sukham Shrutam Mriga Trishni Rupam, Prahlad Maharaj says. We're only hearing about happiness. As in Nepal they say, koi? Where is the happiness, yaar? Where is the happiness? I'm crying faces and crying hearts already. Not even smiling. Because people just see, and if we just because we, it's like he says, in that desert there is no water. We're looking for the right thing. So sukham karna, but in the wrong place. And therefore, you know, what is the essence of Bhagavad Gita? You know, what is the essence of Bhagavad Gita? Anyone knows? I'll tell you. I'm sure that some of you already heard this. If you can simply chant Gita all the time. Gita, 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 Gita. No? Gita, 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 Gita. Why are you laughing? Tyagi, tyagi, tyagi. Donation box is there. Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam saranam raja parityag. Some people told me, Are Baba, you tyag kar diya sab pura. You happen to be army officer, you have lakhs of dollars, you have family, you have... Come on. Why you renounce everything? You left everything. Yes, I said, sometimes I say, well, I left already, but you will leave everything anyway one day. As in Nepal, they say, oh, you're always laughing. Ek din jane ho, sansar chorera, panchi urera, pinjra torera. Dhanra sampatti, gharma jolama, basako dolama, lanchan kholama. Means, you can, ek din jane ho. One day we have to leave from here, everyone. आया है सुजाएगा रजरंग फकीर जो सिंहासन संचालित मंदिर जन जंजीर. Everybody have to leave. After airport we going together. Okay, devotees also die, you also die. That's fine. But there we going and putting our booking tickets. Somebody has local flight, right? New Jersey, New York, JFK or Pittsburgh, and somebody flying international flight. So similarly, up to the airport we're going together, but there's somebody flying locally around this universe, material world, and somebody going interspace to Goloka Vrindavana. So that's why we have to book our ticket before, not now. Then we can be peaceful. And Tyaga means to renounce doesn't mean that everybody becomes sannyasi. No, everybody becomes detached and not to be attached to one too much. You see? And it's interesting that, in spiritual science, it is explained in Bhagavatam actually. Nahi karma dharmaya na viragaya kalpati nahi tirtha sevaya jivana pi mrityu saha. Nahi karma dharmaya. Whenever our activities doesn't bring us close to dharma, dharma samusita pumsa vishvaksena katha suya yat priyat yadi ratim shrama eva hi kevalam. Shrama eva hi kevalam. Only useless labor. Hard working. Shram. Right? Parishram. So, unless our activities doesn't bring us to dharma, then activity useless. And then when dharma, na viragaya kalpati, and when this kind of religious activities doesn't bring us toward the tyaga, vairagya vidya, nija bhakti yoga, shikshatameka purusha purana. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Sharira Dhari Kripam Buddhisyastamaham Prapaddi. We worshipping Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and his life was his lecture actually. Why he left everything? Tyaktva sudusitam. He said Tyaktva, he also left everything to show the example. And he was 24 years old only. For whom? For all of us. Srila Prabhupada left everything. Our acharyas left everything. Why? To show the path. That one day everybody have to leave behind, don't be attached. So Chanakya Pandit said, before you lose it, use it. For whom? For Krishna, Krishna Madarpana. You see, that's it. But even your dharma bringing us vairagya, fine. But if this vairagya doesn't give us opportunity to serve Vaishnavas, a tirtha sevaya, to do devotional service to God. And devotional service to God means, we cannot do directly service to God. Only through Vaishnavas. Vaishnava Seva. Aham Harita Vapadaika Mula Dasa Nuda Subhavita Bhuya. We have to be servant of the servant of the servant. That was the teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Such a simple service. Vairagya and Vidya. Naham Vipro Nachandrapati Nati Vaishyo Nashudra. Nahar Varnina Jai Grihapati Namastuyatirva. Kintu Pradhyam Nikila Paramananda Purnamritabdhir Gopi Bhartu Padekamalayur Dasa, Anudas. So, and if you don't have opportunity to serve devotees, then this kind of renunciation also useless. Dry, vairagya. What is the use? And this person compared to the living dead. Jivanapi mrityusa. He is alive, but he is actually dead, murda. Therefore, we have to understand that this knowledge actually has to bring us to understanding. We have to become a little bit detached from whatever happening here. Matras Prashastokam Nishita Sukha Dukha Agama Apainate Man Titiksha, so we tolerate all those things. And still be joyful, even this battlefield, just keep going, keep moving, be happy. Krishna says that. And therefore people hurry, worry, sorry, but Srimad Bhagavatam says, no, more meaningful is to hear about Krishna. Use your time. You heard Prabhupada said, you have time, chant Hare Krishna. Don't waste your time. Avyakta kalatvam. Don't you waste the time. If you have time, chant Hare Krishna. Speak about Krishna. Find somebody, tell about Krishna. Yasyam vaishruyam anaya Krishne parama purushe bhaktirutpadyati pumsam shokam moha bhayapa. Illusion, suffering, right? And fear will be destroyed. So the fear, this is a result of greatest attachment to these material things. Avidya, right? And the next one, asmita, false ego. And then raga, attachment, dvesha, hatred, hatred. I hate you. You people like this. Tendencies to show finger. You Russia, no, you America. See what's happening in the media, too much. Media war going on. Different parties, this party, that Pakistan, that India, that Israel, that Palestine, that Ukraine, that Russia. Too much, huh? People is crazy, getting nunam pramatta kurti karma, yet indriya prithaya prinoti. For their sense enjoyment, prakrishta rupina mattaha. Madness, mad civilization. You see, pramatta. Na sadhumanni yato atmanoyam krishanapi krishada asadiha. Bhagavatam says that the real sadhu never take part in that quarrel, fighting. No need. So how to make our life meaningful? Go ahead. Akrama. Because now we had program 1 hour lecture in Doako. I put this slide. I prepared this presentation for Doako temple. I put the slide and we finished one lecture on first slide. I couldn't speak about it. So I said, sorry, I cannot show you this presentation. So I just, in that regard, I have to show at least to somebody. So otherwise I can finish in first slide. Alright? So, to some of you I told this story, right? Last time. Then it was one lady. Who didn't hear the story? Raise your hand. You did, okay. I'll just quickly say that it was our friend was traveling in the flight and flight was delayed, and so she had to wait for a couple of hours. She got the magazine and cookies and went to VIP room lodge to just wait. And while she sat down, she started to read peacefully, and one guy sit down nearby to her, same bench. And they were eating together, so she was eating one cookie and that guy was taking also one cookie. She was so freaked out. Hey! But she didn't say anything because so many people, she didn't want to make drama. So each and every cookie she took, this guy also was taking one cookie. So she was really very much disturbed, really indeed. And then but she didn't know what to say. And when all cookies finished, one by one, this guy was eating and she was eating. And one last cookie left, just one last cookie. And she was thinking, okay, she didn't take it, Janbujkin. She didn't take, okay, let me see what this guy will do. And this guy took the cookie, divided half, gave it to her, and ate himself. That was so much for her, not too much. She was so crazy. She just took the luggage and went to the customs, she's just checking. And then when she sat down in the flight already, to continue to read the magazine, she just sit down and open the bag of the lady purse. She opened to get the glasses, to read magazine. As soon as she opened, she found in that bag her own cookies, not touched. She forgot to take it out. Oh no. And she realized that was in airport, everybody buying same cookies. She thought that was her cookie, but actually it was his cookie. He was dividing his cookie with her, not she was dividing her cookie with him. And she felt really ashamed. Really. Sometimes we assuming things, assuming. Have you had this experience? Assume. And assume means as, you and me. As you. If you can divide it into the break, as, you. Aap aur main gadha. As, you and me. Don't assume anything. You may be assuming something, concocting something, but reality is not like this at all. Very nice book of this Stephen Covey, Habits of the Successful People, 7 Habits of Successful People. He gives this example. When he was going in the train, and then one guy pop up in the train, metro station. Pop up, a small kid. And this kid was like crazy, like kids sometimes are. He was running and disturbing everyone. Screaming and running, and this man doing nothing. Just sitting like this and just chup chup. And this, everybody tolerating, but this kid become weird, just screaming and disturbing, and everybody after working day, everybody tired, It's too much, disturbing everyone. So this man, he just became freaked out and he screamed at that father. Hey, is it your baby? Why didn't you take care of him? What are you thinking you are? He scolded him like anything. And this man just came to, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Hey, Aja, come. So he kind of restricted and chastised the baby. But then he said, I'm so sorry. Actually, I'm coming from the hospital. His mother died after operation right now. So I'm so shocked because I lost my wife. And I don't know even how to tell him that his mother not anymore. By hearing that piece of information, this man who scolded him, I'm so sorry, but no, I'll take care of your baby, don't worry. And he said, 180 degree changed his perception, right? His perception changed just by hearing small piece of information. Sometimes we are so fast to judge and pass judgment about somebody or about something, whatever we can see only externally, especially in Vaishnava community. Vaishnava Kriya Mudra Vijnana Bhujaya. By our tiny brain, we cannot understand the activities of the Vaishnava, why he does what he does. So therefore, she was feeling very ashamed that Zanan divided his cookie and she was feeling very bitter. But he was not feeling very bitter. He was happily dividing. So and now it was no time for her to apologize and to ask forgiveness because Ayaram Gayaram. He went and she left. So very often in our life we're getting the similar thing. 4 things which we can never recover. The stone thrown in the ocean, right? The word spoken. Sometimes we speak in such a harsh word and then man become scarred for the rest of his life, isn't it? Then we have, the opportunity, occasion, like something happened, we missed the birthday, and then we forgot to, it happened to me, I forgot the birthday of my mother some years ago. I just forgot. And for me it's okay, but she was waiting all year. She was waiting for this day that my son will call me. And I didn't call. I felt so bad, oh my God. I was too much busy being busy. Right. And of course, time. Tide and time waiting for now, as they say, right? So therefore, and do you know, by the way, this calculation according to Prahlad Maharaj is also speaking in Bhagavatam in 7th canto, but also it's a modern scientist, they calculated, that we are sleeping. If you can take 65 years average age, out of 65 years, let's say, 22 years we are sleeping. For daily routine, brushing teeth, bathroom, from 2 to 5 years. Somebody saying staying more in bathroom, so it takes him 5 years. I know some people who spending in their life 10 years. I've seen this kind of houses, I tell you. There is library in the toilet, TV. And such a toilet, you don't feel like to stand up. You feel like to sit there and sometimes sleep even because everything is super. And then remote control TV is there, and toilet maybe like this whole toilet. Really, there's like this sauna, that bath, this top bath, this shower, and this is also dress there. Everything is there. TV is there. You can relax there. Even 10 years is nothing. They can stay there all night. In fact, this is once Srila Prabhupada was there in some spiritual leaders of some spiritual organization came to him, some ladies. And they came to Srila Prabhupada and said, Swamiji, we want to hold a conference, spiritual conference, and we call all the leaders from all spiritual organizations, and topic will be, we'll decide how to make this world as a heaven. And Prabhupada was very grave, listening to these ladies. And then when they finished, he says, okay. Have you seen village toilet? So those ladies, what? Do you know village toilet? In the toilet, they have fresh AC. Yeah. Sometimes they're digging some nice hole, and when it's filled up, they put in the tree. Better than mango tree. True. You're laughing. Most of the mango here, you're eating from India.
Oh my God.
So like that. It's very fertilizer, like that. So, and here is the toilet, okay? Organic, very organic. You're sitting there, and the AC is there. Very cheap, very nice. No any TV, no any library. So, you're sitting there, and then you bring that very costly. Today we went to market, I wanted just to see some dress, and we saw some perfume department, perfume. Half of that store was like maybe kilometers and kilometers perfume on. And this perfume, that perfume, man, what to do? Anyway, so, and you're taking this one, and I just jankari ke liye, I just, how much is this bottle? $150. Man, $150. Just this big. Alright, so I was thinking, forget it. I'll fast 5 nirjalas, But why I have to save this money, $150. So anyway, and Prabhupada said, you take this very costly perfume, Agent de la Francais, very nice Agent, or maybe whatever, and you putting this Agent in this toilet. How much it will help the situation? How long are you going to beautify the toilet? It was the costliest perfume. The place itself very dirty, why you have to put you have to just do your business and get out from here. Tad dhamma paramam mama. That's what, Krishna says, don't stay here. This is not a place for gentlemen. So much cheating, so much destruction, so much forgetfulness of God, so much actually violence. Jiva jiva se jivanam. Smilingly people exploit you. So people sitting in toilet. Meal, what we are eating, of course, luckily devotees are supposed to be meet a book, except Sunday. Sunday we have to eat Ramji ka chiri, Ramji ka khet, Ramji barbar ke pet. So you can eat, Prabhupada said, especially in the beginning, you eat as a duck, You should walk like this. Such a nice feast. But traffic jam, some of my friends could not come today because it's such a traffic jam, 2 hours we were stuck there, 2 hours up, it's just half life in traffic jam only. And then 5 years, and then working also 16 years. 16 years, minimum. And then different things, parties, everything here and there, also 5 years. So ultimately personal, some things, 11 years you want to go, and 65 years gone. And then excluding coronavirus and hospitals and accidents and whatnot. And there is no time for God. What is that? Therefore, this is a business of everyone. Everyone has to become the architect of his own life. We have to plan. And beginning from the goal, what do I want? I'm telling you this as a friend, I'm not talking big super pooper preacher here. I don't want to make it academical class. Fools, don't understand. Listen. And I don't understand myself what I'm talking. Very often happens like this. People speaking because it's their business. Because they have to. No, but we have to understand why we are all here. We are helping each other to get there. We are trying to encourage each other to quickly to reach there. Back to Godhead. And if somebody will happen to go first, keep door open, right? Because we are following. Don't close the door. Very often we are distracted, You know the joke? When one guy died, and he was very rich. And he said, no, I cannot, I was collecting this gold all my life, I cannot leave this gold. So he somehow managed to get the big bag of gold, and carrying and came to the Saint Peter in the heaven entrance. We have Jai Vijay, they have Peter. So this guy coming, said, I'm such and such, that's fine. But why you brought one bag of peach, peach? Because in heaven they're making roads out of gold. Whatever is very opulent here is nothing to do there. There are houses made out of chintamani. So there's not of much value here. And then another guy comes. And one guy comes, who are you? You know what? What happened? I was driving the car and I saw some hooligans, mafia. They torturing lady. Humiliating lady. So a huge guy, big like buffalo, huge. So I came out. And this guy happened to be Dubla Patla. So I stopped and I came to this guy. So the Saint Peter said, and then I came to him and said, how dare you can do it? And this guy was such an ugly and he had big ring here, He was hippie. Big ring here. And then even Saint Peter said, wow, amazing. And then what did you do? And I challenged him, how dare you can touch this lady? And then I took his ring, and pulled like this. And now I'm here. So sometimes we we challenging a situation, but we're not able to handle it. So before we have to be inspired before we expire. And for that, we have to make proper choices. And proper choices depends on our knowledge. That's why Rajavidya, we need some knowledge. You know that another one guy who came to God and said, why do you want to go? Go to hell or heaven? Some Christian flavor coming to me. I'm downloading, so it's Christian flavor coming. So, well, what is the heaven? I said some butterflies and the Mombatti, Agarbatti. What is the hell? You want to see? Just once time. Can I have a look? Okay. Some lift was even there. It's open. Door open. Very, dimmy red light like in bar, like in casino. And few girls came. Hi. Ooh, 1 minute. I'm just coming. Come back. Hey God, can you send me back there, please? My friends waiting there. Said, are you sure? Yes. It's very hot there. Oh, it's very hot there. Mirchi, very nice, super. It is very hot there. But are you sure? Yeah. Just quickly, cut the ticket. But it will be no return back. That's okay. Somebody waiting for me. All right. So again. Door open and two Yamadutas come. Coming and putting him in the boiling water. Hey, it's very hot. Yes, of course. And what about this girl? That was advertisement department. So, advertisement department. So, all this material world is advertisement. You can go. I just went in New York. All this what's called square. Huh? Times Square, correct. Time. You know better than me, advertisement. Everywhere advertisement, it is. But I like one, I even make photo. Separated but together. This was huge. Coronavirus separating but don't stop shopping. So like that. That's advertisement. This material world is about advertisement. So we have to just remove all that materialistically unnecessary necessities. That unnecessary material fat. Because ultimately, by default, we need a little bit only. How much do we need actually? Really? And this mad civilization running more and more. I want. I was telling one lady was coming to the shopping complex and one small girl coming. And she asking, Mommy, buy for me. I said, what do you want, my darling? I don't know, but two. I don't know yet, but two. You have to buy two. And we went to the shopping complex, all items buy 2 pieces. Because one is not enough. By the way, man is full. When it's hot, he wants cool. When it's cool, he wants hot. He always wants what is not. So therefore, it is explained also. There is one story, very famous story. One teacher, the same story, very quickly. He put the pot and put the stones there. Is it full? Oh yes, Guruji, it's full. No. Then he put some smaller stones and some rice and dal. And then he filled the walls with water. And that's full. But then he took another pot, and then filled up with the sand. And it was no space for the stones. Then what is the lessons you can learn from this? And then teacher said, first things first. You have to identify priorities in your life. Because we have limited time. Sukhavat anyatha dukham kalina sarvatra gambhira masai. Happiness and distress will come to you according to your karma. Therefore Bhagavatam says, Tasyaiva hetuh prayato takovido. Very intelligent man should strive his life for such a cause, not waste time. Just fix your mind for the higher cause. And don't look. You have seen some people, I've seen in Govardhan, some in circus in Russia. These rope walkers, they're walking very, very high in the circus. High. This guy walking like this. You know how careful he is? And he's always looking ahead. Because it is said, if you look left, right, or what to speak of looking down, you'll lose the balance, you'll fall down. So similarly, karma, jnana, or atheism. Don't be distracted. Ekya kurunandana, Krishna said. And therefore, like fish without water, we're talking this, right? Krishna says in this first paragraph, real knowledge is knowledge about matter and spirit. And if you're making wrong calculation in very beginning equation, don't expect to be proper result at the end of your life. Try, but don't cry. As we say in Russia, нечего на зеркало пенять, если рожа кривая. Means don't blame the mirror if you have ugly face. And as in Nepali they say, Dhoka pais mangale, apna dhangale. You're suffering because of your own mistake. So anyway, and life, it is said, it is so short that it hardly has time to smile to you even. We don't have time even. And people become like this. Burden of the beast, Prabhupada said. Busy, carrying what? So much, but we hardly carry. We forgot, we can. It's above our abilities.
Carrying
Only.
the horse.
So therefore we always have this very famous prayer I like. Oh God, give me the courage to change the things which I can. And I want to be changed. And the sincerity to accept the things which I cannot change. And give me the wisdom to understand the difference between two. And one devotee told me actually, today in Mayapur, he wrote me, Prabhuji, today I got realization, super realization. That what? He said, to, expect something. This is the mentality of the boss. Ishwaraham, bhogi, to expect something is bossy mentality. I'm expecting from you. Why God didn't give it to me? I did so many Agarbati Mambattis 4237, and why He didn't give it to me? Sometimes people becoming professors, horizontal or vertical professors, Pujaris means vertical, and the cooks are horizontal. Sometimes in the school we're having PhD courses of horizontal and vertical professors. But it's something more than simply to become horizontal and vertical professor. It's something about the change of heart. You see? So that's why to expect something is a bossy mentality, but to accept, this is a servant. Whatever situation happened to me, okay, I accept Krishna. Thank you. It must be for my good. That's humility. Right? It's easy to understand by brain, but when it's happened to me, oh my God, why? Thank you, Krishna. But you'll see, it's very interesting. It makes us humble and it makes us faithful. That's why Jesus Christ, there's one book of one in Europe, one priest, he wrote one book about Jesus Christ. I forgot the name. No, this is the last lamentation of Jesus, I think. See, I told you there's some flavor of Jesus coming. Some Christian. But it's very, very instructive. So he said that Jesus, he went with his disciples. He went with his disciples to this forest, just one day before he was crucified. Right? And he said, let's pray, my friends. Brothers, let's pray. Because I'm going to take big duty tomorrow. And Jesus went to pray himself, and disciples started to pray themselves separately. And Jesus prayed, oh Father, don't make me to drink this cup. It was very tough, He felt, he knew that was going to happen. Don't make me drink this cup. It's too bitter. Then he came back and see the disciples all sleeping. Come on, wake up, why are you sleeping? Your spirit is strong, but physical body is weak. You cannot wake up from Mangala Arati nonsense. Wake up, your guru going to be killed tomorrow and you're sleeping, wake up. Again they woke up, oh, sorry. And again they chanted. Then again he went, said, Father, don't let me to drink this cup. Again he came, again this guy slept. Wake up, why are you sleeping? So and finally he said, Father, please don't let me to drink this, And then, according to that book, what happened? God heard his prayers. God heard his prayers. And what happened? That King Herod, he didn't send the army next day, and Judah, he didn't betray him. And she says, nothing happened. And he happened to have a nice Sunday feast program. No, cool. God, he just let it go. He just didn't make me to drink this cup. Wow, wonderful. And then he got married, according to the book. Okay? He got married very nicely, he got some kids, and just like nice 3-pack, and very nice, everything. And he became old. Jesus was becoming old. And then in old age, he's lamenting, Father, why I became what's called Hridaya Durbalya, weak-hearted. Why I could not take your order that time. I was a young guy, you know, very, very immature, 33 years old only. Forgive me. Why I didn't become your instrument in your hands? Why? And see, first I just stuck. I could not take it. And then he woke up. And he saw that he is still in that forest praying. That was kind of dream. He also kind of napped, powerful nap he got. And in that few seconds of nap, he got this dream. And then again he woke up. Let your will be, Father, your will be, not mine. That's what he said next in Bible. Father, please don't let me drink this cup, but let your will be. Let your will be done, you know. Make me dance, nachao, as you wish, not as me. And if you want me to go to hell, I'm ready. Narayana parasarvena kutasyana vibhyati swarga pavarga narakesh api tulyartha darshina. I am accepting whatever it is. Lord Shiva says, devotees of Narayana are great because they can go to hell. And that's Gopi Bhav. It is Gopi Bhav. Krishna wanted some headache, he wanted some dust from all the feet of his devotees. Gopis are happily give. And Narada said, you crazy girls, you know, you're going to hell forever for this. And they said, no problem. Just to make Krishna's headache relieved for 1 second, we don't mind to go to hell. That's Vairagya Vidya. That's love, that's sacrifice. And, you know, we always I don't know how to start. Maybe it doesn't work. Oh, oops. Maybe this here. Anyway, let me show you from here. Therefore, it is explained, folly to be wise where ignorance is bliss. Folly to be wise where ignorance is bliss. And when people get in this conflict, let me find out. Forgive me, I just have to. And devotee always remain joyful and happy. Every situation can come when situation comes. But when you have knowledge, then you can deal with the situation very genuinely and not reactively, but proactively. Look at this, for martial art. Yeah. That's the benefit of getting knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. Problem, coronavirus. Very expertly. Vaccination. But coronavirus mutation happened to play. So we need some boost.
You came for him. You never could get over the bees.
We have to convert problems into opportunities.
So, what is the lesson? Bhagavad Gita teaching us, Arjuna, every situation, whatever happens to you, is by my will. Everything already designed, including coronavirus and this Kali Yuga. Therefore, best bargain, best profit from that bargain. You simply become nimitta matra bhavasarya sachin. But if you start to fight, as we discussed last time, when we are fighting and we're trying to solve the problems, what will happen? Somebody else will come and become an instrument. And we will not get the chance. When we have this, very expensive car, very first class, business class ticket, we are so puffed up going to airport. Everything is super, but only one small problem. You miss the flight. What is the use of your car? Just tiny problem. Counter was closed just in front of you. Oh, excuse me, but I have business class. Who cares? But I have Lexus Jeep latest. Who cares? Similarly, when we can gain everything, but as Jesus Christ says, we can gain all world but lose our own soul. Calculation in the beginning. Then what's the point? It's misguided civilization, Prabhupada said. Therefore, we should not fight. And this is another one. I'm considering that we have many kids today. Okay. So, this is very important. This is the Kauravas and Pandavas, you see. Spiritual science based on respect. Different countries,
Funny.
Oh,
And this is young generation coming in the picture. But everything repeats. Same Mahabharata, same Arjuna, same Krishna, same wine and new bottle. 2021 bottle. 5,000 years, same principle, same fight, same family. Whether it's America, Russia, we have Russia and Ukraine fighting now. Same family. My father is Russian, my mother Ukrainian, and I am naghar ka naghar. I don't know. When I'm going to Russia, Ukrainians say, "You rascal, you a cheater, you gaddar." I say, "What happened? My father is Russian, my grandfather is in Russia." And when I'm going to Ukraine, Ukrainian, you're going to Ukraine. Well, of course, but my mother Ukrainian. Same family, can you imagine? So that's what's happening. So what has to be done? This is the teachings. And this is teaching Krishna telling you these teachings in 13th chapter, text number 8 to 12. You read this. I am not going to tell you everything. It's homework. What to do? Tiring. Trinadapi suni solve. Not difficult to solve the problem actually. Srila Prabhupada ki and therefore Srila Prabhupada gave us everything, literally everything. Simply we have to be practical, personal and enthusiastic. And then what will happen? We have to be united as one team. And what will happen? See one more?
Haribo!
Now I can see all kids woke up now. Okay. That's just Pandavas. Pandavas, they were together. Wonderful.
Bro, they ate his wing. They ate the wing.
Friend indeed, friend indeed. This is winter in New Jersey.
Orcas. Oh no, it's an orca. The orca. The orca is
So,
dead.
therefore, united we stand, divided we fall. He said, no? Therefore, it's very, very important to understand that Srila Prabhupada, he created everything for us and he united everyone. So, therefore, we are in such a family, it's called ISKCON, family. Father and mother, I love you. Father and mother, we are here. So, what is ISKCON? Can we show you one clip, few minutes in Hindi? Everybody can understand? This is the 50 years we've celebrated. But Prabhupada created this family.
वृंदावन के सुंदर एवं रमणीय वातावरण में हर तरफ श्री राधा एवं श्री कृष्ण की भक्ति के स्वर गूंजते हैं। साधुजन भजन क्रिया में मग्न रहते हैं एवं पशु पक्षी भी मानो निरंतर हरिनाम करते हैं। श्री श्री राधा दामोदर जी के सुंदर मंदिर में रहकर भक्ति ग्रंथों का अनुवाद कर रहे प्रभुपाद जी वहां आराम से रह सकते थे, पर फिर भी क्यों इतनी वृद्धावस्था में वो बिना किसी सहयोग के अकेले एक ऐसे सफर पर चल पड़े जो कि भौतिक दृष्टि से अति कठिन था। वृद्धावस्था में वो भी अपनी उम्र के बाकी लोगों की भांति आराम कर सकते थे, किंतु प्रभुपाद जी की करुणा और उनके गुरु के आदेश के प्रति उनका समर्पण उन्हें अमेरिका तक ले आया। पर समझने की बात यह है कि प्रभुपाद जी अमेरिका अकेले नहीं आए थे। प्रभुपाद जी अपने हृदय में वृंदावन और वृंदावन नायक श्री राधा एवं श्री कृष्ण को साथ लेकर आए थे और साथ ही साथ अपने गुरु परंपरा का आशीर्वाद भी लाए थे, क्योंकि जिस इस्कॉन की स्थापना वो करने जा रहे थे उसके द्वारा कृष्ण प्रेम की जो बाढ़ आने वाली थी उसका साक्षी इतिहास को बना। और जिसकी भविष्यवाणी 500 वर्ष पूर्व श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु के पार्षद श्री नित्यानंद प्रभु कर चुके। 1966 में प्रभुपाद जी द्वारा इस्कॉन की स्थापना के पश्चात अब तक विश्व भर में लगभग 95,000 भक्तों ने आध्यात्मिक दीक्षा लेकर हरिनाम का जप करने एवं वैष्णव नियमों का पालन करने का प्रण लिया है। पाश्चात्य देशों में रहने वाले भक्तों के लिए तो ये त्याग और भी महान है। उन्होंने तो कभी कृष्ण और राम का नाम सुना ही नहीं था। वो सब कैसे शुद्ध भक्ति में लग गए? इसमें सबसे बड़ा योगदान तो स्वयं श्री प्रभुपाद जी की पुस्तकों का है। भक्ति वेदांत बुक ट्रस्ट द्वारा 1966 से अब तक 52 करोड़ पुस्तकें एवं पत्रिकाएं 50 से अधिक भाषाओं में प्रकाशित एवं वितरित की जा चुकी है। इनको पढ़ने मात्र से जीवन के अनसुलझे प्रश्नों का सटीक एवं प्रायोगिक उत्तर मिल जाता है। श्री प्रभुपाद जी द्वारा इस्कॉन की स्थापना के समय चिन्हित उद्देश्यों में से एक दूरगामी ध्येय था सदस्यों को एकजुट करके एक सरल एवं प्राकृतिक जीवन जीने की प्रेरणा देना। विश्व में इस्कॉन के 65 से अधिक खेत एवं पर्यावरण गांव हैं। वैदिक और वैष्णव संस्कृतियों ने सर्वदा श्री कृष्ण की प्रिया गौ माता की सेवा पर विशेष रूप से बल दिया है। इस निश्चय को इस्कॉन ने सर्वथा प्रमुख रखा है। भक्ति द्वारा हमारे हृदय में करुणा की भावना उत्पन्न होती है। हरे कृष्ण फूड फॉर लाइफ प्रोग्राम दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा शाकाहारी भोजन राहत प्रदान करने वाला संगठन है। 1974 से चल रही इस सेवा के अंतर्गत 40 से अधिक देशों में भक्त 20 लाख से अधिक लोगों को मुफ्त भोजन प्रदान करते हैं, जिनमें बेघर और बेसहारा बच्चे और बूढ़े शामिल हैं। इसका प्रमाण है 12 जून 2005 को स्टीव जॉब्स द्वारा स्टैनफोर्ड विश्वविद्यालय में दिया गया प्रसिद्ध भाषण, जिसके दौरान वो याद करते हैं कि किस तरह हर रविवार रात को 7 मील चलकर वो हरे कृष्ण मंदिर जाते थे ताकि उन्हें सप्ताह में एक बार तो अच्छा भोजन प्राप्त हो सके। भारत में इस सेवा के माध्यम से प्रतिदिन 12 लाख बच्चों को मिड डे मील दिया जाता है। इस्कॉन का मधुर कीर्तन तो आपने सुना ही होगा। संगीत किसे नहीं आकर्षित करता। उस पर से यदि वो हरिनाम की आध्यात्मिक ध्वनि हो तो किसी का भी झूमना स्वाभाविक है। इसी से आकर्षित होकर 1970 के दशक में लंदन के एक प्रमुख रॉक बैंड बीटल्स के गायक जॉर्ज हैरिसन ने श्री प्रभुपाद के शिष्यों के साथ राधा कृष्ण मंदिर नामक सुपरहिट एल्बम भी निकाला था। इस्कॉन द्वारा भारत का प्राचीन श्री जगन्नाथ रथ यात्रा उत्सव अब विश्व के सभी बड़े शहरों में मनाया जाता है, जहां हजारों लोग भगवान के विशाल रथ को खींचते हैं। ये सब श्री प्रभुपाद एवं इस्कॉन की ही तो देन है। आज के समय भी लगभग 1000 कीर्तन पार्टियां विश्व भर में हर सप्ताह हरे कृष्ण नाम का संकीर्तन पार्क, समुद्र तटों, सड़कों के किनारे एवं अन्य सार्वजनिक स्थानों पर करती है। इस्कॉन संस्थापना के इस 50 गौरवशाली वर्षों में विश्व भर में अब तक 300 करोड़ से ज्यादा लोगों ने इस्कॉन द्वारा वितरित कृष्ण प्रसाद ग्रहण किया है। अधिक से अधिक लोगों तक हरि नाम एवं भक्ति का संदेश पहुंचाने के लिए विश्व में इस्कॉन के इस समय 670 मंदिर, केंद्र एवं विद्यालय हैं। ये केंद्र पारंपरिक और नव वैदिक वास्तुकला का शानदार उदाहरण है। पश्चिम वर्जीनिया का सोने के गुंबद वाला इस्कॉन मंदिर न्यूयॉर्क टाइम्स अखबार द्वारा अमेरिका का ताजमहल कहा गया है। ये सभी केंद्र भव्य होने के साथ साथ भक्तिमय दृष्टिकोण से अति जीवंत है। इन केंद्रों में प्रतिवर्ष 6000 से ज्यादा कृष्ण फेस्टिवल मनाए जाते हैं, जिनमें 70 लाख श्रद्धालु पूजा अर्चना के लिए आते हैं एवं किसी न किसी प्रकार से प्रभुपाद जी द्वारा वैदिक जीवन शैली एवं भक्ति की शिक्षा से लाभान्वित होते हैं।
Prabhupada ki Thank you so much. We have to stop, huh? Otherwise you will sit again till 12 night. What to do? I know. Srila Prabhupada Mahapatita Pavana Jagat Guru ki Ananta Guru Vaishnava Vrinda ki Jai Gaura Premanande.